We've been trained by movies, advertising, and social media to believe that wealth should look like maximum consumption, bigger house, newer car, louder lifestyle. But in the real world, the pattern is often the opposite. The people trying hardest to look rich are usually upgrading their image. The people who actually become wealthy are upgrading their freedom. Take Warren Buffett. He's still associated with the same Omaha home he bought in 1958 for $31,500, and even if you use the home's estimated current value, roughly around $1.4 to $1.5 million, that still represents only 1/1000th of 1% of his net worth. For someone worth $100,000, that's like living in a house worth about $1. Meanwhile, the average high earner may stretch into a luxury home, finance a status car, and build a lifestyle that looks successful from the outside while quietly destroying financial flexibility on the inside. That's the trap. I call it the upgrade illusion, confusing visible spending with actual wealth. So why do some elite performers keep their personal lives so simple? Why did Mark Zuckerberg become known for wearing nearly identical gray t-shirts? Why did Steve Jobs turn his black mock turtleneck into a uniform? It wasn't necessarily about being cheap, it was about reducing noise. Standardizing small decisions leaves more mental energy for important ones. That idea applies to possessions too. A giant house isn't just a house, it's a system. It has repairs, maintenance, insurance, upgrades, staff, coordination, and endless decisions attached to it. Every extra object you own makes a small claim on your time, your attention, and your cash flow. Smart money understands that luxury is not always an asset. Very often, it's friction. And friction compounds just like money does. That's why many wealthy people prefer ownership in businesses, stocks, and productive assets over piles of lifestyle toys. A stock certificate doesn't need repainting. A business stake doesn't leak through the ceiling. Productive assets can grow while asking almost nothing from you day to day. Here's where the mindset really splits. To a consumer, money is something you trade for stuff. To an investor, money is something you deploy to produce more money. In other words, every dollar is either a toy or a soldier. When you spend money on a luxury purchase that quickly depreciates, you're sending that dollar out to die. It gives you a temporary emotional high, then loses value and often keeps costing you more in upkeep. But when you invest that same dollar, you recruit it into your army. Now it has a job. Now it can earn returns. Now it can bring back reinforcements through compounding. That's how wealthy people tend to see capital, not as something to display, but as stored potential. So when an investor looks at a $50,000 car, they don't just see the sticker price, they see the future value of the money that won't get to compound. They see what that capital could have become if it had been left working for decades instead of parked in a driveway. The true cost of an upgrade is rarely the price tag. The true cost is the future wealth you gave up to buy it. There's a saying that captures this perfectly. Rich screams, wealth whispers. A person covered in logos driving the loudest car in the parking lot may be signaling success because they need other people to believe it. But someone who is truly secure financially often has no need to perform. They're not trying to win the status game because they've already opted out of it. And there's another layer here. Staying understated can actually be strategic. Looking ordinary can protect you from unwanted attention, fake relationships, opportunists, and pressure to keep performing success for an audience. Quiet wealth creates distance between income and expenses, and that gap is where power lives. Because a person with high income and high expenses is still fragile. One bad year can break them. But a person with high income and controlled expenses becomes resilient. They can take intelligent risks. They can invest during downturns. They can survive recessions. They can buy assets when everyone else is forced to sell. That's not just comfort, that's leverage. So how do you escape the upgrade illusion? Start by defining your enough. Not deprivation, not misery, just a clear baseline of what genuinely makes your life comfortable, functional, and meaningful. Then make a decision. As your income rises, your lifestyle does not have to rise at the same speed. That single discipline changes everything. A good test is this. If nobody could see your purchase, no social media, no coworkers, no friends, no strangers, would you still want it? If the answer is no, then you may not be buying utility. You may be buying applause. And applause is one of the most expensive products on earth. So here's your challenge for this week. Pick one upgrade you were about to make. The new phone, the nicer car, the status watch. Delay it for 1 year. Then invest the difference. Because every time you choose ownership over appearance, you move from consumption toward freedom. And in a world designed to keep you chasing the next upgrade, one of the most powerful financial words you can learn is simply this: enough. If this changed the way you think about your next paycheck, subscribe. And more importantly, build something that lasts.